Peter Schrager here on the Rich Eisen Show. Coming out of the combine, the quarterbacks still Burrow, Tua. Now we're hearing from Ian that Tua's hip is clean. What do you got for me on that front, Peter, about the quarterbacks?
A lot of positivity on those two guys, and a lot of people liked Herbert. So those are your three. You're going to get a lot of juice for Jalen Hurts because he had an incredible combine, both physically and also interviewed really well. And Love and Eisen, the Utah State and the Washington quarterback, are going to get some buzz as we head towards the draft. But it is really a two-horse race right now, and Herbert is right there as the three-horse. And then I think there's a big gap between 4, 5, 6. So I think we're looking at three quarterbacks in the top 10 right now. And it's those three guys, and I think it's that order: Burrow, Tua, Herbert. Herbert can obviously jump a little bit. He had the great Senior Bowl, had the great Combine. Let's see him do what he does at the Pro Day. But this is a weird quarterback class because you got one guy who was really shot out of a cannon in one season. You got another guy who might not be able to play next season, and another guy who's been around but really didn't wow anybody in the college game last year at Oregon. So it's not this Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, one of these guys where for years we've been tracking them and saying this is definitely a no-brainer.
Well, I mean, if three quarterbacks go in the top 10, Chase Young, Isaiah Simmons, Mekhi Becton, that's 6. And then you have to assume there'll be another defensive lineman or a couple of offensive linemen taken right there. I mean, the Raiders sitting there at 12 needing a wide receiver. Mayock may have his pick of the whole kit and caboodle. I mean, it's amazing how deep this draft is and how in the middle of the first round you might get yourself a guy who normally would be a top 10 talent.
You better believe it. And these two guys, Judy and Lamb, and then you've got the burner and Ruggs, there's three guys that have top 10 talent that could be all sitting there on the board at 11 with the Jets. Don't count the Jets out. They need a receiver. And then 12 with the Raiders. I think, we were talking about it on the Combine, and you were really great when we were just having an open conversation about it. Everyone says, Isaiah Simmons, well, there's a top 3 pick. Is he? I don't know. He's playing a safety in a linebacker position where I'm not sure if you've got a left tackle for the next 10 years on the board, you're passing on him. I'm not sure if you're passing on Derek Brown, who's supposed to be, the next great defensive lineman in the league, for a guy who's a roaming safety and linebacker. It's fascinating because you come out of the Combine, you're like, I love this guy. He's got to be on our team. And then things start to settle a little bit. You say, okay, well, if you can get an offensive tackle for the next 10 years and his name's Becton or Wirfs or whatever it is, you kind of need that over the safety linebacker, which just isn't as valued the same in NFL circles these days. So it's amazing to see how these teams rank these guys, but also the positions they play and how they would stack them.